Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was sitting out on the deck meditating, completely lost track of time. Dave's like, "Do you know it's 8 o'clock?" No. It was just 7:30 a second ago. So here we are. I feel like I'm whispering a little bit because let me turn up my volume. Can you hear me okay? I have 3 college boys that arrived at our house last night. This was such a gift. I don't know if any of you were here kind of when I went through the transition of Dominic leaving for college 2 years ago now. And this feeling of loss, that he was leaving, and it was really intense for me. One of the most beautiful gifts that came out of it, one of them, there are many, is that he made these really amazing friends. And they've been here for Thanksgiving. They came here last year for the summer and spent time, like a week, and they're back. And there are 4 of them that are really tight. And now only 2 of them go to the same college, and 2 of them have split up and go to other places in the world. One of them is from London. One of them is from Ireland. One of them is from South Carolina. And they're like my boys now. They came here last night. And it was so amazing to see them and welcome them back to the beach. And I don't know, it just makes me a little teary-eyed. It's just such a beautiful reflection of life. We have this feeling that we're going to lose something, and yet there are gifts there. We gain things. And so I'm whispering a little bit because 2 of them are sleeping in the guest room. But hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hair situation is what it is. All right, let's see where we are. Buongiorno. As Tara called us yesterday, I missed you all yesterday. I was on the road, hence my extra early arrival today. Really beautiful. Just what the doctor ordered. So good. 888. I never knew anything about this 888. I usually pay attention and am inspired by a lot of these numbers. That's why if you were with us yesterday, we opened up Sensually Authentic, which is the 9 layers of the Indie. Yeah, the 9 layers of the Indie, which we'll be holding on 9/9. So I love numbers. And I never heard of this 888 Lionsgate until probably 2 years ago. So yes, it's a special day. Simona, good morning. Françoise, bonjour, bonjour. Daphne, bonjour tout le monde. Brenda, Elaine, Lori, Lily, Anne, Julie, Lauren, bonjour y'all. Elisa, d'accord, j'ai prête. Stephanie, hello, hello. You can hear me. What does hashtag AFMR mean? What does that mean? Does anyone know what he's talking about? Lionsgate, yes. Praise with elation, praise with morning's God, creation of the way. Cat Stevens, beautiful. All right. Oh, I made a comment, and I've made this comment more than once, that I have some vibes that look like, for me, I think I'm going to say something later on Instagram about this, of an Italian Nonna era. And I had an Italian woman reach out to me and said, I'm an Italian grandmother. Are you making fun of Italian grandmothers? And I was like, no, I love them. I want to be an Italian grandmother. So when I say my Italian Nonna era, it's meant with so much love and respect and admiration. Only that. Okay, how are we feeling since yesterday? So yummy. There is another way of looking at the world. There is another way of looking at the world. As we surrender into today, on this potent, gorgeous day, increasing our capacity to receive consistently, always, allowing any unforeseen limitation, the ones that we're not aware of, the ones that are so subtle, so hidden, that we utilize them unconsciously to hold ourselves back. We ask that those easily, elegantly, gracefully transform today as we ready ourselves to receive. Allowing a moment to breathe in and breathe out. Feeling peace, calm, overflowing abundance, awareness of your beauty, your truth, of beauty and truth, the oneness, the connection that we all have. If it feels resonant to you, beginning to send light, beams, gold threads, whatever it is that you vision that feels so gorgeous and yummy, out from your entire existence to those you love. If there's anyone in particular right now that you feel is yearning, is aware, is hungry for more love, if there's anyone at all that comes to mind specifically, really seeing and witnessing love surround them, encircle them, cradle them. And if there's any situation in your life or in anyone else's life that you feel could utilize the awareness of love, of light, of perfection, allowing love to surround that situation. And then letting go. Not holding on to it, not trying to control it, sustain it, manage it for them. Letting go. And as is said so beautifully, letting God. This or something even better for the highest good of all concerned. Amen. 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 Are we ready for today? There's another way of looking at the world, just sums up the whole course, no? Yeah, it does. I mean, really, every single lesson could sum up the whole course. If you just utilized one lesson for an entire year or for the rest of your life, each lesson in its own way sums up the entire course. And that being said, each lesson in its own way gives a different level of dimensionality with which we can access some of the withholding that we might be buying into without understanding, without recognizing, I should say. So yes. My new grandson is learning to call me learning that I'm his Nona Karen. I love it. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Oui, yes, leaning in. Ready to receive, ready to receive. Yesterday, there is another way of looking at the world. Lesson 34. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. The idea for today begins to describe the conditions that prevail in the other way of seeing. Peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. It must begin with your own thoughts and then extend outward. Again, we are like, yes, we know this. And the opportunity for every single one of us to allow the knowing to extend into the embodiment. It is from your peace of mind that a peaceful perception of the world arises. 3 longer practice periods are required for today's exercises. 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening are advised, with an additional 1 to be undertaken at any time in between that seems most conducive to readiness. I will tell you something. The opportunity to recognize, I've said this a couple of times, how yummy, gorgeous, relieving it is to rest during the day inside of truth, whether it's meditating on the practice that's being called forward in A Course of Miracles, whether it's an awareness of a Femme vision that you're dropping into, whether it's meditating around nothing in particular, just allowing yourself to reside in a state of silence, peace, calm. This is something I literally do throughout the day. I will drop whatever I'm doing, and I will drop wherever I am. Yesterday, for example, I was bleaching Nico's hair. I am the Marino hairdresser. This kid has had pink hair, blue hair, polka dotted hair, all the things. It's so fun. It's one of the things I love the most. So we were bleaching his hair, and he was in his second rinse period. The dogs were having fun, going crazy. Dave had gone out. I was sat underneath the island overhang and just meditated. I just dropped. So when it says here, undertaken at any time in between that seems most conducive to readiness, what I invite you to consider as a form of awareness for your own readiness is, when do I feel the longing? Am I sitting in my car? Am I walking? Am I in the midst of something that feels like total chaos, that doesn't seem to the outside world like I'm not ready to meditate? I need total silence. I need this. Consider when your heart is calling you to listen. That to me is readiness. I was in the middle of making dinner. Nico was downstairs. There was so many things going on. And I was like, now I need to return to who I am. I need a moment. So consider that for readiness. All application should be done with your eyes closed. It is your inner world to which the application of today's ideas should be made. So eyes closed today for all of the practice periods, all 3 of them. Some 5 minutes of mind searching are required for each of the longer practice periods. So today we have upped it a bit. 15 minutes, 3 times a day. So 5 minutes, 3 times a day. So 15 minutes total. How does that feel? Again, instead of considering it like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I don't have time. Are you at the space inside at this point where you are looking at that as a point of rest, as a form of retreat, as a form of a gift to yourself? This is why when we start to enter into this space, we can sit out on the deck for half an hour and be like, wait, what time is it? Because we feel the essence of comfort that's available. So are you, let me know in the chat, are you, and it's fine if you're like, nope, still having some challenge with the timing. Are you at a space in your life where you're finding, however long the practice periods are, where it feels like a return home, that it's something that you look forward to? And today, do you have any initial resistance to 5 minutes 3 times a day? Because if so, we can create just a beautiful devotional that it's easy, elegant, graceful. But let me know in the chat how that feels. Search your mind for fear thoughts. Okay, this is how the practice periods will begin. Search your mind for fear thoughts, anxiety-provoking situations, offending personalities or events, or anything else about you which you are harboring unloving thoughts. Unbelievable. Anyways, side note. Again, what's really, really beautiful is to be very aware of the intentionality with which you're bringing these things forward. It's not offending things just for the sake of it. It's not anxiety provoking things just for like the sake of it. It's a really clear honoring of, okay, this has a purpose. Whenever you do anything with the intention of clearing, whether it's a freeform writing practice, whether it's a deep dive into a gestalt, anything where you know you're going to be consciously bringing up a form of energy that can invoke fear, just set your intention around it. It's not for the sake. Some of us, again, with the law of attraction, have been taught, don't go there. Don't ever go there. You don't want to ever think anything that could, that's again, fear-based in fear. When we're very intentional about it, this is a form of clearing. This is a form of healing. My intention here is to bring forward anything and everything that's no longer in service with the intention of healing and clearing it. allowing God's light, allowing surrender. So I encourage you to feel safe inside of that context when inside the course or any other exercise that you're called to participate in that invites you to bring up that kind of thought process, if that makes sense. So you can feel safe in it. So again, search your mind for fear thoughts, anxiety-provoking situations, offending personalities or events, or anything else about which you are harboring unloving thoughts. Note them all casually, so not to get so, triggered by it. Note them all casually, repeating the idea for today slowly as you watch them arise in your mind, and let each one go to be replaced by the next. So letting a thought come up that's caused you anxiety, I could see peace instead of this. Letting a person come up that's caused you a trigger, anxiety, fear, I could see peace instead of this. Yeah. If you begin to experience difficulty in thinking of specific subjects, continue to repeat the idea to yourself in an unhurried manner without applying it to anything in particular. Be sure, however, to not make any specific exclusions. Okay, we're very familiar with that at this point. The shorter applications are to be frequent and made whenever you feel your peace of mind is threatened in any way. The purpose is to protect yourself from temptation throughout the day. If a specific form of temptation arises in your awareness, the exercise should take this form. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I see now. You may, either today or at some point in the course, and you may have already, if you have an experience with religion, I was raised in the Catholic Church, some of the words can hold old definitions. And that is, in my experience, and from speaking with a lot of women, one of the reasons they find the course so heavy and so challenging to understand is because there's an automatic, oh, sin means this, atonement means this, temptation means this. And it doesn't, in my experience, with the definitions I was taught, it's not the same. It's not the same. So if you move through this and you find like, oh, temptation, and it brings up like a fear, it brings up a feeling of manipulation, the temptation that it's referring to is that temptation to move into a state of fear versus love. We can simplify it. It's nothing to be afraid of on top of the old definition of fear. Right? So that might present itself for you. Again, I can see peace in this situation instead of what I see now. If in the inroads of your peace of mind take the form of more generalized adverse emotions, such as depression, anxiety, or worry, use the idea in its original form. Okay, that's clear. Right? If it's just an emotion and you don't have a specificity around it, I can see peace instead of this. If you find you need more than one application of today's idea to help you change your mind in any specific context, try to take several minutes and devote them to repeating the idea until you feel some sense of relief. This is really beautiful. The exercise, again, isn't just to do it for the sake of it. It isn't to do it from a phony Yorker perspective of, okay, check, 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 check. It's really with the intentionality of feeling a shift inside. So as you move through today, if you bring up, when you feel that consciously or unconsciously, if you feel an emotion inside that feels like an attack emotion, I could see peace instead of this. Say it until you feel a shift. If you're finding some withholding where you're like, no, I'm saying the thing, but I'm not feeling the thing, slow down. Plenty of time, plenty of money, unhurried, peace. Slow down until you feel a shift. I could feel peace instead of this. Say it until you gift yourself permission to feel it. It will help if you tell yourself specifically, I can replace my feelings of depression, anxiety, or worry, or my thoughts about any particular situation, personality, or event with peace. With peace. How's this feeling? How are we? I just saw a comment about a bear. What's happening? What is happening here? Okay. I am finding I have the experience of devotion that I look forward to. Really beautiful, Francoise. And again, you might go through, some of you might feel that right now. You might go through, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Wherever you are is perfect. I'm just looking at where we might be as a collective inside of the conversation. Lauren, I'm challenged and resistance is ongoing. Totally hear you. Totally. That's perfect. Right? It's totally perfect. And in your challenge and resistance, what are you finding is most supportive to you in continuing to move through? Have you been able to identify yourself the linchpin where you move from the resistance and the challenge into the other side? Is there a thought? Is there something that you've been able to identify that allows you to integrate that? Stephanie, I'm somewhere in between, feel excited and at peace to spend time with the exercises, however, always feels the pressure of the outside world. Yeah, I totally hear you. And for me, what feels so good in allowing the shift there is what we talk about inside of Elegant Femme consistently is indie, Frenchy, New Yorker, Frenchy, indie. Like really looking at that beautiful organic flow of how the day unfolds really supports in the devotion of what is my biggest priority now? What is my biggest priority now? So I love that you're sharing this. Daphne, as we started, I was on a walk and came upon a bear. I turned and started running. As I'm running, I hear you read from the lesson, I can see peace instead of this. I just kept repeating, I can see peace instead of this. Daphne, are you okay? Are you still, are you okay, Daphne? Babe, I'm sure you are. Can we, when you're settled, let us know. How are you typing? What is happening? Okay, sending you love and peace and light and awareness that, of course, we can all see peace instead of this. This is extraordinary. Okay, you're fine. Okay, good. I'm glad. Where are you? Where are you where you're seeing bears? A little shaken, but fine. Yeah. So I can see peace instead of this, and even feel it. When we hear I can see peace instead of this, it's not just the peace with the physical eyes, it's the peace within. Yeah. I can see peace instead of this. So if it feels of service to you, Daphne, Asheville, okay, letting yourself slow down in this moment, just as the course is presenting, to where you feel it inside, because understandably that you're shaken in Asheville. So you're in like the Blue Ridge Mountains, yeah? Okay. Extraordinary. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Stephanie, I'm finding life is presenting me opportunities to fully embrace the recent lessons, which has been lovely and daunting at the same time. This to me is such a beautiful reflection of awareness. So this is something that happens consistently inside of Elegant Femme as well. When we are really pouring ourselves into our devotional, life will reflect the exact lessons that we require for our integration. So one, I really want to acknowledge you for having the awareness that you're having, like this is alive. It's letting you know how committed you are to receiving this. So I encourage you to celebrate it. I'm receiving it. It's happening. I'm witnessing this. I'm one with this energy, with this frequency. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Music integrates praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for the fresh from the world, praise for the sweetness of the wet garden spring and completeness where his feet pass. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Brenda, what is your advice for busybodies? My to-do list always pops up when I think about sitting quietly. My advice, I don't really like to give advice. My invitation is the FemFlow list. If you are feeling this pull between what you feel you have to do, what you feel like the outside world expectations are, and you're feeling a conflict in what you desire to prioritize, and a fear that if you prioritize what it is that's really valuable to you, you will somehow miss out, you'll be behind, this kind of phone Yorker energy, my advice is the Femme Flow list. If you are not aware of the Femme Flow list, we can give you all of that information. If you are you doing it? Are you honoring it every single day? Because this becomes such a beautiful bookends. It's such a natural flow for a woman. And it's so downstream for us to move from indie energy to Frenchy energy to New Yorker energy. When we feel short on time or short on money, it's because we're not prioritizing our time and money in alignment with our values. And often when I have that conversation with women, they're like, I don't even know what my values are. Or I don't even know what my priorities are. And underneath, it's like, I actually really do. I just haven't gifted myself permission to honor and claim that that's a priority for me. The other thing that has women spinning in this kind of energy is a full avoidance of the Frenchie. The idea that I don't have time for her. I'll get to the Frenchie when all the work is done. When I've taken care of everybody else, when everybody else is happy, when I have extra extra space in my life, then I'll honor the Frenchie. This is a catastrophe waiting to happen, because it will set us into swinging into the cycle of overindulgence and deprivation. It will come out sideways. We've all had this experience, yes? So that would be my suggestion. Okay, you're fine. I have said I can see peace instead of this several times today, which shifted everything immediately. It's so good. It's so good. I can see peace instead of this. I can see peace instead of this. Do you begin to feel your power? Instead of this idea that, okay, the only way I can feel peace is if you take out the trash and if you clean up your shoes, and if we have a joke, an ongoing joke around the house, that the laundry fairy, okay, the laundry fairy sometimes takes days off. The kids will joke, like, is the laundry fairy coming today? Like these joking things, right? If I feel some sort of, I like things very clean and very organized. And if I see some sort of outside thing that feels like it doesn't look the way I would like it to look, like extra laundry or the mud room not being perfectly organized, right? The idea in our minds are like, that has to be fixed in order for me to feel peace, instead of, I can see peace instead of this. And it doesn't matter that we then don't honor the aligned action, but in one sense, the aligned action is coming from an overflowing awareness of participation versus a have to in order to fix something inside of ourselves. I'm laughing at this because I don't know if I'm going to post it later. I came out of my bedroom. There are shoes everywhere. Did you have any idea how much teenage boys like shoes? I mean, I like shoes. I do like shoes. These boys can rival my shoe collection. They literally can. They're so great. They're all so great. All right. I can breathe. Doing this while knowing that you're all there with me really helps. Yeah, it's really beautiful that you can feel the collective. I like this. I am one with this energy. Beautiful, beautiful. I meditate twice a day and proceed my meditations with Femme Flow. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It really is a nice, gentle, like prepping, It's just so yummy. I love it. Walking meditation, absolutely. Absolutely. The laundry fairy story, so real. So real. I am the laundry fairy. Thanks for a reminder of the laundry. I actually have a love affair with laundry now. I do. I have a beautiful system. I have a beautiful laundry room. I no longer see it as something that's a burden. I no longer judge it as something weak. I really pour a lot of love into it. Like every time I fold a shirt, I spray it with freesia spray. I have a whole thing. I actually really, really do love it. And this goes for anything in our lives. Those of you that are with me inside of the Power of Sensuality, we're going to be having day 3 today, and then we'll have our Q&A on Tuesday. But one of the questions that I will be addressing is this idea of how do we move through the world with activities that may seem more masculine and allow them with sensuality, because we really can, whatever the activity is in the outside world, we can move through it with such beauty, with such grace, with such awareness of our femininity and sensuality. So I'm excited to have those deeper conversations. My 21-year-old son, I don't know, as I don't know how many pairs of sneakers, right? Oh my gosh, it's so true. We should I think it would be fun if I don't know why, and for no reason that I think I would get a smile out of it, to line up all my kids' shoes. They love them. And I also have, this is just such Frenchy conversation for a moment. I also have this special kit because they like their shoes really clean. So that's another thing. These are the ways I pour love into my children now that they're 18 and almost 21. That will be 21 on Monday. They're like, Mom, and they do it with these kids are not, which I'm so grateful for. Dave's played a really big role in this. These kids are not spoiled, like, at all. They're so gracious. They're like, Mom, would you mind cleaning my shoes? And I love it, right? Like, yes, honey, of course I'll clean your shoes. Forget the name of the kit that I have, but I have a whole system where there's a little scrub brush, and there's a thing that you put in their shoes to wash them, and there's a little bag where you put a little laundry thing. I love this kind of stuff. I literally love it. The smile on their face when I'm like, here are your clean shoes. I don't know. I just love this stuff. The way we can pour love into things, because I know it means something to them. So when I'm washing their shoes, I'm like, oh, they still need me. Ha ha. They still want me. They still want me as their mama. Yes. When you hit the like button, the laundry fairy comes to your house and takes care of everything. Dave, you, I love you. You're the best. I'm like hitting the like button on my own video. Come on, laundry fairy. Okay. There was something else I felt like I was going to share before we went. Oh, I know. Espresso with butter. All right. We are going to, what is today? Today is, oh my gosh, what is today? Oh my goodness. Today's Thursday, right? Today's Thursday. Okay. So just a side note, if you want to join us, there's something that I decided. For those of you, since we're kind of a little bit on a Frenchy conversation, this is like a Tara Paris thing. I'm just all in this vibe right now. Tomorrow, I'm going to be holding at, I think, 10 o'clock. I'll update you all tomorrow if you want, and there will be a replay. I'm going to hold a Frenchy fashion vibe, because inside of Power of Sensuality, I have been wearing my Tara Paris dresses, and we're going to do a special sale for a summer capsule wardrobe of the Tara Paris dresses that I still have in stock. Super limited quantities, super limited sizes. So I'm absolutely expecting them to sell out. Some of my favorite pieces. So instead of just sending out the link, I thought what would be really beautiful and fun is to have a conversation about the dresses, about the collection, why I created them, where they're made, the conversation that we were having in here about infusing consciousness into everything, whether it's a sweater, a dress, a devotional, whatever it might be. So if you'd like to join us, let me know. Keep your eye out. I think we'll probably just send out an email to everyone that's registered for the Power of Sensuality, because I really want to bring the sensual conversation into that conversation. So we'll do that tomorrow. I think that's going to be really fun. Frenchy vibes for Frenchy Friday. All right, ladies, we're going to go ahead and close. We have Power of Sensuality Day 3 today at noon EST. Have some surprises, have some drawings, have a really beautiful conversation around sensuality on demand in a very different way than I've talked about it before. If you have joined us on Sensual Creation Day, if you love the conversation or feel calling to the conversation around creation and sensuality and living into the world in a way with which this power supports you in manifesting, in receiving real world things, you're going to love today. You're going to really love today. It's going to be really fun. Let's see. Tara, I did the Power Sensuality Day 1 playtime yesterday before the call, but it didn't post until just after you came on. Just hoping, checking you saw it. I don't know that I did see it. I'm responding to everyone's playtime assignment as a way to let you know I've seen it, and as a way to let myself know that I've seen it. So if I didn't respond, I didn't see it. So I will double check. I'm going to go through them today, so before we do the drawing today. For the Femme drawing, I mean, more please vibes. Yes, totally hear you. Totally hear you. Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. All right, beauties. I can see peace instead of this. Okay. All right, let's close. Yummy. It's like we have this storm from Florida. There's a hurricane in Florida, so the Outer Banks is getting the side effects. You go down on my deck, the ocean is so loud. Talk about Lionsgate. It literally sounds like a lion is roaring on my front porch. It's so loud. So I love this kind of tumultuous energy that things are changing, things are moving, things are without us needing to do a thing. So that's what I would actually like to close with today, because I feel this is a really beautiful space to honor inside of ourselves, especially with the conversation we're having inside of the power of sensuality. Really leaning back and allowing life to move for you, through you, with you, as you, without you feeling like you are the one that is doing it. Just allowing yourself to receive it. So with that, let's go ahead and close with this feeling, this vibration, bringing forward today's practice. I can see peace instead of this. Father, Mother, God, Lord of all creation, we are inviting in the winds of change, the ebbs and the flows of the tide, the gorgeous movement of life. Anything and everything that's no longer in service be swept away with such gentleness and with such power, clearing the way, opening this space, creating a gorgeous vestibule for us to receive that which is in alignment. May we let go of any withholding, any control, any trying to sustain or manage, and feel this beautiful opening of space, of receiving and of trust with life. May you move through us in all ways in support of the highest good. May the energy of today and always ride on the light of divine living love. This, or something even better, for the highest good of all concerned. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. All right, my girls, my beauties, beauties, beauties. I will see you maybe today in the Power Sensuality call. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow here. And I will be making an announcement maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, but stay tuned that we're going to have a little bit of a shift inside of Chic 365, because I'm going to be traveling at the end of the month with Nico and Dave. So just stay tuned. We're going to have a little bit of a shift, but you'll know. I'll make sure that you know. We'll note everything, okay? Very cool. I got a boating license yesterday with my son. That's gorgeous. I love it. So fun. So fun. All right, beauties. I'll see you tomorrow.